Well, hello and welcome. My name's Gwen and you are watching Astro Tarot Soul Vision. Well, today we still have a sun in Leo, and we have a full moon that's going to be in Aquarius, and that will be Thursday morning at 6:57 a.m. And that's Eastern Standard Time here in New Hampshire. There is a lot to talk about, but at the same time, there's not a lot to talk about. And I say that because I feel like we're at a crossroads. We have the sun in Leo that is fixed fire, and then we have this full moon in Aquarius that is fixed air. And so that's a lot of, I feel it's kind of stagnant, and we are having the urge to be propelled forward, but at the same time we don't. It's almost like there is no road. You know, you want to go forward, but there's not even a road there. And so it can be a very adventurous time, but it can also at the same time be a little bit frustrating if you don't know what's going on with the energy. And really, that's what these reports are all about. I went for years and years and years not understanding what was going on with my energy and the energy around me, and it was very haphazard. And so I learned how to communicate with spirit. I learned how to read the energy around me. I learned about astrology, numerology, and all these other things just to help me explain, make sense of the energy around me. And now that's what I do, is I explain it to other people. So that is really just the energy of right now. We have, some people are calling it a lunar eclipse, but it's not really a lunar eclipse, and it's kind of a lunar eclipse. Either way, we're sitting in this, it's almost like, the sense I'm getting is it's like we're sitting in a box almost, and it's just like I'm getting claustrophobic and I need to get out of this box, and I'm gonna do whatever I have to do it and to get out of this box. We are looking at, we still have planets retrograde, and Mercury's slowing down, is going to be going to into retrograde at the end of the month. But we just want to be able to move that energy, and it's like, so okay, how do I do this? The way I see it is the sun in Leo has been showing us what we need to change in order to be happy in our physical world. The sun in Leo, since mid-July, has stirred up a lot of feelings of passion and what do I want to do? Who do I want to be with? What's going to bring me joy? And as we've kind of marched through the month of August, where we've got planets moving into Virgo now, and Virgo is self-analysis. Virgo is kind of like the critical mother, like, okay, what do you, the concerned, what are you gonna do with this love? Is this long-term love, or is this fleeting love, or is this even love? Is this just infatuation? And then the same with the whatever it is that you want to do for a job, or whatever it is you want to do for fun, or whatever it is that's going to move you forward in your world. you know, is this going to be is this going to help me long term? Is this something that's going to be self-sustaining? Is this job going to be carrying me over for the next 12 years? And this critical, I feel like this critical Virgo energy that we're kind of moving into with Virgo, we've got actually the sun going into Virgo next on the 22nd, on August 22nd. And on top of that, we've got Saturn finally starting to move forward in Sagittarius, and you know, that's the father. So we're dealing with our parents, and we're very serious about what it is that's going on. We're very serious about our relationships right now. We're very serious about our work and our accomplishments and what our goals are going to be for the next 12 years, and that's great. But at the same time, it's almost like not being able to move, like being paralyzed with fear. There's a certain fear that's involved, like in self-criticism, like I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this alone. I don't think I'm gonna be good enough. I don't think, who am I to be able to think I can do this? And look at all the other people in the world, and they're way more talented than me. They're way more smarter than me. They've done way more work than I have. And so, I don't feel like I'm good enough for this person. Wherever that criticism is coming in your life, it's kind of like, that's where you need to kind of look at it and put it in its place. This full moon eclipse in Aquarius is about closing doors in areas that no longer serve us. With ease, grace, and a detached point of view, we will be able to see why this energy no longer serves us, and we are able to detach in a loving way. And where there's these endings that, we need to make choices. This is about, I feel like this Aquarius full moon lunar eclipse is showing us the choices that we need to make to be able to let go of the things that are not serving us, so that we can move forward in the future. Because a lot of times we have a lot of baggage with us, that self-criticism and all this other, these other things that I talked about. Closing doors is not necessarily a bad thing, especially when it's closing doors to people, places, and things that are draining our energy and wasting our time. And I feel like that's where a little bit of the chaos is happening too. There's chaos going on because we're trying to put our energy into too many things, and a lot of it is it's old things, it's old habits, it's old routines, and really this energy is really saying, okay, it's time to change up the routine. It's time to change up what you're doing. It's time to change how you're perceiving things and what you're thinking of and how you're thinking of it. And sometimes you might have to speak out about how you feel. You might have to talk to somebody about a subject that you really don't want to talk about. And it's extremely uncomfortable, and that's where I feel like there's this tension, like I said at the very beginning, where I'm feeling like I'm boxed in, because it's like, I really don't want to have this conversation. I really don't want to make this move. I really don't want to quit this job. I really just want to make this work. But then you can see that it's just not working. And you can't, and you're being shown this over and over and over again. And it's like, to the point where it's like, I can't not see this anymore. And that's the awakening process. And that's really what we've been going through since the sun went into Aries in March. But really, this has been long. a long time coming. This is a 12-year cycle that's coming to a close, and so thus the opening of a brand new 12-year cycle for us. Also, that's that. So remember that Mercury is slowing down and going retrograde at the end of the month. So just be mindful about spending large sums of money and making big purchases. Also, you may change your mind about something when Mercury goes direct in September. So this is the start-stop thing. Like, for instance, you know that the job is over, but it's not quite time. You know, just don't go out and quit your job, unless you just have to. But rather, with consciousness, we're talking ease and grace. We're trying to bring endings together in a peaceful way. And that's also what I feel Aquarius is asking us to do. It's asking us to think about the balance, you know, and don't make as many, you know, be able to make your point, you know, without creating waves, the ripples. You know, if the Aquarius has got the sign of the waves, and they're just little ripples, like okay, I can feel the energy moving forward, and as much as I want to push, it's like, okay, I need to keep this balance going, and I need to, you know, any way you can do that, really, contemplation, meditation, free writing, you know, being able to get the energy out, running, jogging, walking, you know, hiking, any way you can get that creative energy out, like I talked about a couple weeks ago. We need to realize that with all these planets moving from this fiery fixed Leo energy into this into all this Virgo energy, then we need to understand that we are going to be self-critical, very self-critical towards what's going on with us. And also, I'm trying to figure out where there we go, the Virgo, it's mutable earth. So, you know, it is about change, and it is about kind of like changing it up, shaking it up. And that's what we should be able to do, you know, is be able to have that critical eye. I learned in college that, you know, you can consciously critique somebody and not berate them and not make them feel bad about what they're doing, but you critique them and show them the good things that they're doing. You know, there's the balance. This is what I see, this is what I like, and then this is what could use some improvement, you know. And, you know, this really stuck out to me as something that you may want to reevaluate this and look at it and change it. And it's up to, and so I've learned how to do that through my classes. And we really need to be doing that for ourselves in our lives, especially right now between, you know, now and probably the next month and a half, because supposedly we have two more, we have two more eclipses coming up. I lost my words. So, like I said, we still have several planets retrograde, but you'll feel like you're finally being able to think with a clear mind and begin to see what you need to do. As we kind of move out of this Leo energy, I just feel like it's a weird in-between time. And once we get into Virgo, we can start to feel the pull, like, okay, this is making sense to me. And remember, there is going to be some frustration involved with, so you may see it around you, or you may sense it, feel it yourself. But just understand that we're doing all this, because our consciousness is opening up. And, you know, when we can see everything, it's clear, we can see it, but then you're like, oh crap, how come I didn't see this before? And then you've got to say to yourself, okay, so what am I going to do about it? You know, and that's where it really is a good idea to, you know, to work through it at a good pace on, you know, in a balanced way, and be able to anchor into that energy consciously, instead of letting it take you away subconsciously. You don't want to get swept off in the, you know, you don't want to get swept off in the winds or the rivers, you know, you know, because that just ends up being taking you to a bad place. So, like I said, the path is clear, and it's time to move forward step by step. And what's interesting is, like I said in the beginning, I'm looking out and there's no path, but we still are being compelled to move forward. So just take that first step. You know, maybe you're in it, you know, and then see what happens, and take a second step and see what happens, and take a third and see what happens. It's going to be building and building, and we're going to be building up momentum going towards the end of September. So that's the energy I feel. That's what I'm sensing is going on. You know, here in the United States, you know, we're prepping to get these kids, our kids, back to school. And, you know, that's when we're wrapping up vacations and, you know, starting to think about what we're going to, you know, what we want to think about in the fall, and creating some new routines. Perfect time to be thinking about new routines all the way around, okay? So next thing, I will see you in the meditation. Okay, so now we're going to do the meditation, and I got out a jasper for this, and I'll have to look at what type of jasper it is after I'm done. But I'm getting the sense from actually Archangel Michael was very clear, and he said, cleanse and clear so that we can create. And it's interesting because we've got the fire of Leo, and that is this strong creation, this strong will to create, and create my heart's desires, live my passion, live my dreams, and moving into Virgo, and understanding that this next phase that we're moving into, and have already started moving into, really, is about you know, it's that critical eye. It's like, okay, so now what do I need to do to be able to bring this into physical form? What's the action plan that I need to take to be able to bring this into physical form as by mid-September, when we start going into Libra, the sign of Libra, which is the top half of the zodiac, where we see it from in the United States. The first 6 planets on the bottom of the chart are private, and it's our internal self, and then we're with the sun going into Libra, we are beginning to ascend and look at the outside world. And so this is a very, very important time to look at everything that you've been thinking about, what you've been working on since March, mid-March, April, mid-March. And this is, so anyway, cleanse and clear so that we can create. This is what Michael says. So let us close our eyes and start to picture this beautiful ball of white light above your head. And this white light is filled with love and calming energy. And start bringing this beautiful white light down into your head, just relaxing as you go, moving your head gently side to side, as if your ear is going towards your shoulder, and then the other one, ear to shoulder. And you may even feel like a little crackling or hear a little crackling in the back of your neck. This is the energy being released. Just let it go. And continue bringing this beautiful white light down into your neck and shoulders, relaxing as you go. And this beautiful white light continues down into your chest. And as you bring it down into your heart, breathe it in. And exhale out any unwanted energies. They're not good or bad. We just don't need them right now. And continue bringing this beautiful white light down into your waist and hips. And this beautiful white light continues down into your knees, down into your ankles and toes, all the way down into the ground. And Earth Mother takes any unwanted energies and she transmutes them into love and light. Now bring beautiful green healing energy up from the earth, up into your toes. Wiggle your toes. Oh, that green grass between your toes. Just picture that, being in this beautiful, soft green grass, wiggling your toes and feeling the warmth on your feet or the coolness of the ground. And continue bringing this beautiful green healing energy up into your ankles and up into your knees, and continue bringing this beautiful green healing energy up into your hips, slowly up into your waist, and bring it into your heart. And as you bring this beautiful green healing energy into your heart, breathe it in, exhale out. Remember what your heart tells you. Listen to your heart's desires. It will help you. Let us bring them into physical form. And continue bringing this beautiful green healing energy up into your shoulders, giving you the confidence to act out on your heart's desires. And bring this beautiful green healing energy through your arms, and may you be strong enough to follow through on your heart's desires. And this beautiful green healing energy comes up into your throat chakra, and may you be able to speak of what your heart's desires are and stand firm. Bring this beautiful green healing energy up into your face, up into your ears. May you hear the inspiration that you need from your spirit guides. And as you bring this beautiful green healing energy up into the top of your head, open up your crown chakra, and may you know what your next steps are moving forward. Let your angels help you. Let Archangel Michael help you. Let your guides help you. Whoever it is you work with them, bring them in. Let them help you. You can wiggle your toes and fingers and open your eyes. That was beautiful. I just really needed that. Thank you. So now let's see what the cards have to say. This has been interesting. I really struggled to do this video today. It's actually Wednesday, August 17th, and I wanted to get this done because I didn't want to try to do it because the full moon is going to be occurring at whatever 5:30 in the morning tomorrow. So I really wanted to get this done, and I had no words. So I called on Archangel Michael and to help me, and that's what I talk about. You know, I need to move forward, and there's no road there, and you just take one step at a time. you know, it's a reminder of that's what we need to do. That's how you do it. This is how we do it. So there's the Ace of Shapeshifters, or the Ace of Cups, and it's the butterfly. It's so beautiful. I hope you can see this card. It is just, you know, I love seeing the beautiful flowers and the beautiful butterfly coming out of its cocoon, you know, and it's new love, joy, and health. And this is what we all want. This is what we all aspire to. And it's you know, each cycle, each lunar cycle, each new moon, you know, we have the ability to plant the seeds that we're looking for. Each full moon, we're being shown what we need to release, so we can start brand new. And that's what these moon cycles are all about. And, you know, it's up to us to learn about the energies and be able to use them wisely. And I feel really hopeful seeing this card, especially with the energy and the craziness and what's going on. And I feel like it's all, you know, there's a divine plan for all of it. And it just makes my heart feel better, knowing that, because we get so much, you know, stuff that's not a lot of fun to deal with. So it's actually nice to get a good sign of new rebirth. And I really feel like this is about rebirth. You know, the Ace of Cups is about, you know, bringing up the new wellspring of emotions. And emotions are meant to guide us in the right direction. A lot of people try to stuff their emotions, and they try to, and we think if we have emotions, then we're not being strong. But the emotional body guides us in the right direction, and we need to learn to trust our emotions, and when to say something and when not to say something, and let your feelings guide you, but don't let the feelings be, you know, we can't let the emotional body like be in charge. We have all the different other aspects of us too that we need to work in balance with, and that's what the Aquarius energy is asking us to do, is work in conjunction with all the different aspects of who we are, so that we can make wise decisions. So, very interesting. New love, joy, and wealth. And, you know, health. And it's funny, I said wealth a couple of times, but I do feel like this is, you know, this Virgo energy is kind of moving us forward into a very new realm of health, wealth, and prosperity coming into September. And so that's what we need to, like, it's easy to focus on the crap, but it's hard to focus on, oh wow, this is what we're moving towards, and yay, this is where sometimes the religions have it right, where we have hope, we have dreams. We need to understand that it's very, very powerful medicine for us to have hopes and dreams and wishes, because wishes do come true. So the cards are coming out as such. We have the first card, the Dominion card, and this is really about working old ground and being firm in concentrated. It's like a concentrated energy of being firm in what you want and what your understanding is of what you need to do to get what it is, whatever it is you want. And this is from a very grounded, practical position right now with the Virgo energy building. Even though it's not even, I don't know, 18th, it's probably next week sometime, midweek, but you know, it is, I'm already feeling it. And what's really interesting, and so that's the past to present situation, but this is really the energy we're sitting in, is like trying to, and it's funny because we've got the Aries symbol. So we're thinking back. We're thinking about what it is. Okay, what was the conception of it? What was it that I wanted to do? Where was I in the beginning? And sometimes that helps to say, wow, I've actually moved forward quite a bit, and a lot more than I thought I did. Sometimes we need to go back to the beginning and understand how far we've gotten. And what's really interesting about the Lust card, and I think I got this a couple weeks ago, but this is the number 11, which reduces to a 2, and there is the Leo. What's interesting is I see the lion, the Leo lion, and I see the Virgo, and it's almost like this sexual energy is creating. This is the creation. This is where the creation happens. That's going to bring us the things that we want in our physical reality when we start externalizing through the sun in Libra, which is going to be mid-October, I believe. So, you know, moving into September and October. So I just find this very interesting, and you know, if you can see it, there is this the passion that we talked about a couple of weeks ago, and understanding that we may be having surges of energy around the people we love right now, but it's because we love them, we care about them. We want to be happy, and we want them to be happy. And we can take action steps now in a balanced way through conversation when things start coming out. And, you know, if, you know, something does come out, this is the time to talk about it. Don't try to hold your feelings in. Try to look at it in a balanced way. Remember, the Aquarius all about balance and being firm but kind and loving. And, you know, even if somebody's being critical towards you, be kind and loving towards them, because that's what they need reflected back at them at this time. They need the firmness, they need the kindness, they need the understanding. Insight wisdom, the Empress, the number 3, and understanding that we are in the middle of co-creation. We don't create all by ourselves. There is a give and take with the universe, and learning how to utilize this give and take with the universe is what the masters all look towards. This is what the masters spend years and years and decades, you know, since the beginning of time. They've been trying to figure this out, how to co-create. And it's nothing that's external. This is all internal work. And when you do the work internally with all the different aspects of you in a balanced way, then what comes out externally is more in alignment with your true self, with your real self, with your whole self. Very cool. And the fortune card, number 10. You know, keep your eye on the prize. Understand what it is you want. Understand why you want it. If it seems too extravagant, if it seems too pie in the sky, just kind of take it down a notch. It's nice to have hopes and dreams, but you know, this is Virgo energy anyway, you know, and we need to, like, okay, this is where you do the self-check. Like, okay, maybe, you know, maybe I need to, you know, redo, my resume, or maybe I need to take one more class, or maybe I need to, like create a budget. So if I really do want to, buy that new house, and maybe I need to cut out a little bit of spending, it's like, okay, there's give and take here. But I really feel like this is a very important time for us to realize that our hopes and dreams can come true. And if we're watching and we're learning from what we're doing, this is all self-knowledge, then this can be a very powerful cycle for you, this brand new cycle. And remember, it's brand new, so it's still in the beginning stages of development. And the priestess, and this is the number 2 again. We've got the 11, which reduces to the 2, and then we've got the priestess, and she's number 2. And like I said in the very, very beginning of this reading, I felt like I was standing and I need to move forward, but there's no road there. There are things that you won't understand, and there's some things that you won't be able to see, but they are. You need to trust that they're right in front of you. And when you take that first step, you might get the first clue. And then you take the second step and you're going to get another clue. And you're going to get more information. And you're going to be able to see clearly what your next step is, what your next action step is. And this is really what this next 2 weeks is all about. It's like putting one foot in front of the other. Don't be afraid. Be a little bit cautious, but don't be afraid. Just understand the energy, understand the cycle that we're working with, and understand yourself and be proud of where you came from, and be proud of what you've accomplished so far. There's been a lot of diversity for many people for quite a while now. I'm talking years. And to be able to say, wow, I pulled myself out of that, and I got through this, and I'm getting stronger every day, and I'm feeling happier, and I'm feeling healthier. Man, work with that energy. That's the stuff. That's the good stuff, and just let the rest of the crap go, okay? Because the full moon, it is about endings. It is about letting go. Let it happen with ease, grace, dignity, and understand that there's a brand new cycle and a brand new life. All you have to do is walk into it and trust in the universe. So that's what I see. That's what's going on. Steps. It's like a step. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step. Understand that, this is what's in front of us. As we go into this next 2-week cycle, we have a new moon coming up in a couple of weeks, and we'll be working our way into the first part of September by then. And we'll be getting out of the dog days of August. So with love and light, I send you blessings for the next 2 weeks.